Welcome to Mr. Chalk's Revision Tips. In this video, we will look at
DNA, starch and polypeptides. So, natural polymers are made via condensation polymerization. So, in addition polymerization, the monomers must have a double bond between two Cs. However, in a condensation polymerization, the monomers do not need a double bond in order to go and react. Instead, they go and take out a water at the functional group of two adjacent monomers. DNA is a polymer which is essential for life. Most DNA is a double helix where two polymer chains are linked up and twisted around each other. So the DNA polymer is formed of 4 different types of monomer, which are each nucleotides. The sequence of nucleotides along the DNA molecule is the code for genes. So the genetic information is stored in a molecule of DNA and is a set of instructions in order for people and life to be alive. So if we're looking at what is the chemical structure of DNA, the important things to talk about is that DNA contains phosphates, a sugar molecule called deoxyribose, 4 nitrogenous bases, which are adenine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine, and 2 bases, which are adenosine and guanine, have a double ring structure, and the base pairs go and pair up. So A always goes with T, G always goes with C. The DNA monomer is formed of nucleotides. So DNA is made of nucleotides, like we've just said. So these building blocks are made up of 3 parts. So a phosphate group, a sugar group, and 4 types of nitrogenous bases. So to form a strand of DNA, nucleotides are linked up into a chain with the phosphate groups and sugar groups alternating. So we're describing the structure of DNA. As before, we've got 2 polymer chains which form double helix and 4 different nucleotide bases. A molecule of what is removed when a bond forms between 2 of these individual nucleotides. Because it's condensation reaction, a water molecule is removed. Starch and cellulose are biological polymers which are made by plants. The monomers for both starch and cellulose are sugar molecules. So starch is used by plants as a way of storing energy as a complex carbohydrate. Cellulose is used to make the strong cell wall which gives plant cells their rigidity. So starch and cellulose form when you get a condensation reaction between 2 of these glucose molecules. So if we're looking at naming the monomers found in DNA, starch and proteins, in DNA it's nucleotides, it's glucose in starch, and in proteins, as we'll see next, it is amino acids. Proteins are biological polymers made inside of cells. They are made from amino acid monomers and have a huge range of roles inside of the body. So, for instance, enzymes are made from proteins. Amino acids are linked by peptide bonds to form a polypeptide chain. Proteins are linear polymers formed by linking the carboxyl group of one amino acid and the amino group of the amino acid next to it. So if we're describing how a polypeptide chain grows to form a protein, the important things to talk about is that you're getting a condensation reaction between amino acids. So for every monomer that is added, a water molecule is produced. So amino acids are molecules which have at least 2 functional groups. They all have amino groups and a carboxylic acid group at the other end. Amino acids react by condensation polymerization. So for every monomer that is added, as you can see from the diagram, a water molecule is removed.
Thanks for watching.